Hi everyone and welcome to today's episode of Spiritually Me. Today I want to get into a subject of a more personal matter. I know that of course Spiritually Me is about me as a person. But until now I was more focused on generally just speaking about some subjects that came up or topics that came up in my life. But I had the impulse from one of my teachers that I have now, which was very interesting because the same subject that this teacher brought up, I already discussed with my first shamanic teacher years ago, and that's why I felt like I think I want to make one session about it today with you. And that is basically, it's about the path that spiritual people and spiritual healers take in order to help others, because in my definition, every spiritual healer has a gift, and that gift is to help others to overcome certain topics, right? My teacher was talking about physical subjects, because I remember that he had he had some problems with his lungs, and he said because he went through that, now he was able as a shaman to help others with lung problems. But I believe it just doesn't stop at your body problems, it goes into all the problems. I believe that especially spiritual healing people go through, or healers go through certain things it's kind of like life teaches us, and that's why we are able to help others in those specific topics. So I wanted to share with you the two biggest topics I've had in my life, which are I believe they're somehow connected, but I'm not going to go into that too deep. But on one hand is fear. I had a very big fear of the ocean, which was very weird because when I was a little girl, I loved swimming. I did even water ballet. And I was very much interested in swimming and in just being in the water. That was my element. But after a while, it started, especially with the ocean and open waters in general, I started to, not experience or create a fear that would grow stronger and stronger the older I got. So I kind of let go of swimming because of that for many, many years. I remember at one point one ex-boyfriend of mine said, come on, let's go because there was a lake and everyone was swimming there. And he said, come on, let's just swim to the center and then come back to it's no problem. It's not deep. It's a man-made small lake, and it's no problem. I'll swim with you. And I'm like, okay, let's do that. We weren't even half through that. I panicked and I needed to leave. Same thing happened when I started to, I tried to do self-therapy and learned diving and surfing. And I remember that my surf teacher said, come on, wanted to go into the water with me. And my knees weren't even in the water, and I just had a huge panic moment and needed to get out of there. So that was how I was. But I actually managed to overcome this fear. If you get to know me now, you will see me a lot in the water. It's actually very weird if you see me today because I just love it. I feel pain when I have to leave the ocean. Unfortunately, I don't live close to the ocean, but I try to, if it's possible for me to go there, I will try to get a chance to go there. I'm diving more. It's just, I feel a huge connection to the ocean. I feel like there was something taken from me and suddenly someone woke me up and the fear is gone. It's really gone. I'm not going to say it's completely gone. There might be one or two moments, but I remind myself that this fear is just not, it's not there anymore. And like I said, if you see me now, it's weird because it used to be different. So that's one of the things that I overcame which was, very interesting. And that helped with the other thing that I had. And the other big topic I had in my life was being afraid to be of being myself. Because I was afraid that no one would like me for that. That was actually a very big thing. I think maybe 95% over it. I still have certain moments, because the thing is, before I realized this topic, I was just doing whatever I thought everyone else wanted me to do. I was being like I thought everyone else wanted me to be. I was dressing like I thought everyone wanted me to be. And I tried to fit into a picture of someone that I thought everyone would like. And that was horrible, because it got me to a point where I was so unhappy with myself that, it was just not very good. It was a very strong half year when I realized that, because then one thing is not knowing what your problem is and just simply not feeling well in your own body. But the other thing is when you finally realize, wow, your problem is actually you're not living yourself. You're being someone everyone else expects you to be. And then still being so afraid of just being yourself that you prefer to keep on being that puppet. And the weird thing is, I can't even blame anyone, because no one actually made me be like that. It's just, there was a point in my life where I, probably as a baby, where something happened to me that I decided, oh no, I want everyone to like me, and I want to be the best version everyone else wants me to be. And when you're at a certain age and you realize, wow, I am afraid to be myself, but I don't even know who I am. So that was a challenge. I think the first half year in between realizing what the problem was and starting to actually do something about it, and overcoming the fear of myself, of deciding, okay, I'm just going to be myself, and whoever loves me at the end of this journey, it's okay, because they're going to love me and not this someone that actually is not so real. So that's what I did. And it's interesting because I've actually not lost anyone. So that's the amazing thing when you start overcoming your fears, because what you get out of it in the end, on the other side of it, is amazing. The freedom, the tension goes away. There's so much that you can suddenly opens up. Your whole creativity gets into a completely different dimension. And a completely different feeling of yourself, of your own being. I mean, in the whole general aspect of it. And those are like my two biggest things that I can say, wow, those I overcame those things. And for me, it's I'm very thankful that I was able to live that, because it is very interesting, because it basically brings you into the journey to yourself. I don't think I've reached my full potential yet. I'm still finding out certain things. Like a smaller topic that came up this year was that I actually realized I was taking over responsibilities for other people in a way that, like for example, this one subtopic, it's a mixture of two things. It's having the peer pressure that someone put a label on you. In my case, for example, for the place that I was going out on the weekends, I felt that I had to go there somehow because everyone expected me to go there. and that's one thing, and not everyone expected, not just that, also for the friends that I had that went there, I thought I had to do that because it was important for them to go to this place, because it's a nice place, and you kind of like, if you know everyone, then you feel comfortable and everything. So I felt like we had to go there for my friends, but also I felt like I had to go there because everyone expected me to go there. And then suddenly realizing, wait, on one hand, you're taking over responsibility for the other people because your friends are going to find a way to stay in that place, not necessarily having me as their companion to needing to go there because I felt uncomfortable in that place. And I don't have to be comfortable in every place as my friends are comfortable with. That's not the friendship, right? So I realized that I wasn't feeling comfortable in this place, but I felt like I had to go because of my friends, because I felt like they needed to go, so I wanted to share that with them. And then on the other hand, myself, feeling the need to go there because I was afraid I was going to miss out on something. So that was very interesting, because that was like, okay, you've realized you've been doing this again, because it belongs to the other big topic, which in general is really, I mean, I'm on the path, I'm working on it, and the big parts are gone because I'm not afraid anymore of being myself. But now I'm kind of like in the moment checking out those things. So this is like a small thing that came up after I actually thought I had done everything. So I don't know if another topic will come up that has to do with this fear of myself. But it was very interesting to realize that, and to realize also that I have to find out what kind of person going out I am. I mean, like, am I the real club person, or am I more the person that actually just wants to sit in a bar? Or do I need a mix of everything? I don't know. So that's one of the interesting things that I can try to find out now. And also, again, I was because I mean, this topic came up like a half year ago already, because I kept feeling uncomfortable at this place. So I kept trying to see a topic maybe with the people or something like that, right? And then when I realized it doesn't have anything to do with me having another problem or subject or topic with those people that I needed to work with, it was just that to realize for myself, it's just something I don't want to do. That I'm not there with my heart. So, yeah. Again, I think you see, if you realize something like that and then you let go, it's amazing. And for me now, if I feel that a fear comes up about something, with something, or a pain, or anger, or whatever, I mean, any kind of negative emotion that I know it comes up because I need to work on it. It needs to go into a healing. And usually, I mean, like before, I think for those two big fears, it took me a couple of years to finally go over them and overcome those fears. But now I feel like it works a lot faster, because it's kind of, I managed the two biggest, so it gave me the confidence to say, okay, fears or bad emotions, just if you want to, try and hit me, because I'm ready for you. And it's amazing because it helps to get rid of a lot of things, let go of a lot of negative things. You realize it faster. Sometimes it takes a couple of days, but it works very fast. And I think it's amazing. And I'm very, very thankful for the self-reflection that I've learned through the Huna philosophy, because that's actually empowered me a lot more to take those things into my hands, and my own hands, and change something about it. Yeah, in my case, that's the philosophy that basically touched my heart to be able to change things. So amazing. Very thankful for that. So yeah, that was the part about me, me, myself, and I, with all my yeah, with my two biggest topics that I've had so far. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on anything else. So yeah, I guess we'll talk to each other next week again one more time before I head out to Hawaii. I'm very much looking forward to that. Maybe, yeah, let's see what my heart tells me to tell you next week. Thanks a lot for watching and tuning in. And until then, please keep on being marvelous. Bye.